Hello everyone, this is the fourth episode of Conversation series. How was your time when you stayed home during the corona time? I stayed at home during the corona time. Since the school was closed during the corona time, did you have any online classes? Yeah, we had our online classes as usual after. How was your Ramadan during that time? During the Ramadan period, this prevented us from going to the mosque, Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mefo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the fourth episode of Conversation series. In this series, we have the special guest since from the first episode, and in the video, we're gonna have our topic will be three main areas. We're gonna just talk about one topic, which is during the time in 2020 when during the time when coronavirus came and during the lockdown period, and how was your life during that time, and what have you done during that time, and was the school closed as usual as it happened, and did they close the shops, and did they close the airport, and did they open the shop for limited period of time, or for like 2-3 hours only during the daytime, and then they would close at maybe like when the sun sets? And was there like a social distance, and did you have to go outside with a mask, And yeah, so this is what I'm gonna ask my special guest today. So the first part we're gonna ask my special guest is that how was your time when you stayed at home during the lockdown in 2020? Yes, I'm very happy to see you, Mr. Mayfo, and nice to see you once again in the fourth episode, and we have the fourth conversation with you as well. So yeah, I just want to say that I stayed at home during the corona time, which was in 2020. The school closed during, I think, in the middle of March, and that's when we started to stay home. And I used to study during that time madrasa. I was in the Quran section. I studied for like from 2018, 19, and in the beginning of 2020, which is January, February, and March. That's when we closed it because of the corona period. As you know, the coronavirus, the disease came out. So because of that, everything started to get locked down, and the shops they used to open, but they opened for a limited time, for like only the daytime. When the sun sets, that's when they start closing the shops. As you know, the shops that's basically in local shop, and even those even the supermarket, which is like 5 or 10 minutes walking distance from our house where we live. Yeah, that's like in summary. So and for the first of 2 weeks we didn't have any school, so we stayed just home. It's like we had like a holiday. We just stayed home. We didn't do anything. And the one that came to cook for us, like doing her duty, as you know, like she comes to our house, clean our room, clean our kitchen, and all that. She used to come as usual, as you know. But after that, as you know, so she would wash their hands, as you know. When we welcome her, would pour some soap in her hand like that, and then she would wash their hands because to maintain not to be affected from this disease, just as a precaution, we wash our hands. We what do you say? We even sanitize our hands, as you know, and yeah, that's how it is. So once they start, once after 2 or 3 weeks, we started to have online classes. How this online classes happen? Yeah, like we used to revise. We used to read our Quran from where up to this point, and then the teacher would call us like maybe maybe at 5 o'clock or 5 a.m. or no, sorry, 5 p.m. Usually in the afternoon. Most of the time, it used to be in the evening, maybe probably, which is like 5 p.m. I guess 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Sometimes even maybe 7 or 8 p.m. At night time, like maybe after Maghrib, as you know. So I think that's like in summary how it did for this period. Took like from I think from April until August. That's like I think in July or June. That's when they started to open the shops. They started to open the airport, but not the school. The school they opened on the following year, which is January. So then we traveled to Somalia to see our grandfather for vacation there, and then like we were supposed to stay there until December, but we changed our mind. We returned like in October. So yeah, I think that answers your question. Last but not least, can you explain how was the time? How was your Ramadan during that time when there was a lockdown and during the Corona time? Was the masjid was it still open, or the masjid it was also closed? Yes, during the Ramadan period, this prevented us from going to the mosque. You know, the mosque started to close as soon as this happened. You know, after coronavirus, like in March and April, that's when they started to close the mosque. You know, just before Ramadan. When Ramadan entered, this prevented us from praying the Taraweeh. As you know, we only fasted, as you guys know. We break our we ate our iftar. I think that moment, maybe that could be like one of the best moments I ever had, because we never used to go to school. We used to stay home. We never used to go to the Taraweeh in the mosque. You know, we just stayed home. We just prayed our Isha, and I think that's it. So we'd eat our iftar, and we'd wake up to the suhoor. You know, most of the time we just stay home, as you know, and we will also wear mask. If you want to go out, you have to wear your mask. You know, because that's like the rule, and you know, just to protect ourselves from that disease. So if you want to go outside, you have to wear a mask. And once they opened it, like from I think in July and August, once they opened the mosque, they will sanitize your hand. You have to wear a mask. You have to do social distance. And even like in restaurants, like those restaurants, we need to maintain the social distance, as you know, just to protect ourselves. And even the school, we have to wear a mask for the first year in 2021, once they opened the school. So, and then the following year, we never had to wear the mask. So I think that's in summary. So I hope I answered your question. Thank you very much. This is the end of the video. I just want to thank my special guest. I invited him. So we're not sure exactly which will be the last episode. I'll let you know which will be my last episode. So as you guys know, go to my playlist called Conversation Series for my new series, that which was released in stages. We released gradually. You know, we released our first trailer, and we released some updates, some shorts, just to let you know which episode is going to be out, when it's going to be out, how it's going to be done. So I think I always release this new series in gradually, and when this series is finalized, inshallah, we're gonna release a new series that you guys will. I'm gonna surprise you guys. Will enjoy it. I'm not really. I haven't yet started working on it, so I'm gonna work on it, and I'll let you know exactly when it's gonna be out. Another new series after this series is gonna be out. So like, subscribe, and see you guys in next video.